Welcome to this episode of what John is thinking about. Today we're thinking about smoking a ham. I bought this ham at Walmart. That's where I picked it up at. We're going to smoke it on the Pit Boss 850. Pit Boss is what it is. And what we're going to do is follow a recipe. I'm going to try and link it below. I've never done that before, so we're going to try and to. If not, we'll just post the recipe below. We're going to have to use a different jam than she had and a different pineapple juice. Instead of the juice, we're going to use crushed pineapple juice. But we'll explain that later as we go on. We are going to put it on a 9 by 13 inch. Pan that I put a grid on, rack. The only reason we're putting on this is to catch the drippings so it doesn't go on my grill. I'm trying to keep it a little cleaner, but when I rotate it to put the glaze and stuff on, I was afraid it might fall off, so I poked a couple holes each corner and put a little piece of wire right here to tie it down. So you don't have to do that. I just did it just in case, just for security of this, but you don't have to. We got the ham, like I said, at Walmart last night. Put it in the fridge overnight. Then we're going to put it on the smoker and just let it cook for 4 hours, right?
Yep.
4 hours. Here's what it looks like. And we're going to follow her instructions, like I said, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. The first thing it says to do is to preheat the smoker to 250 according to the manufacturer's instruction. We got our Pit Boss outside smoking at 250. It says use a boring knife. We're gonna have to look that up because I don't know exactly what a boring knife is. So we're gonna use a regular kitchen knife. It says gently score outside the ham in a large cross hatch. I like to use a 1 to 5 to 2 inch square. So basically we're going to make it look like a checker pattern.
Yeah, it's going to look like a checkboard.
Yeah, checkboard. So I'm going to have my wife do that for me so you guys can see it. So please be careful doing this. As always, use safety. So just go all the way down. Use the start there. Let's use the tip. I suggest doing all the way across first. Set it on the counter so you don't smash my pan.
I just squished the hand. Hang on, let me get a cutting board.
Okay.
Lily, get down.
Alright, we were smashing the pan, so recommend doing this on the cutting board. You see how that is? Zoom in just a tad so you can see how it's cutting. You can skip this part if you already know how to do it, but just to make sure.
I'm going to go this way.
I think this is to get the smoke cooking all the way through.
This is so that once it's been smoked, the glaze that you're going to put on it with the jelly and the pineapple juice, because these will separate and you'll have a spot for that jelly to actually stick to.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Spin her around.
Yeah, give me a minute.
we like to not skip steps so people can learn. That's how we learn. You never know. I've been doing it for years and years. We tend to do things that we're not naturally, we just do take for granted. You don't want to go too deep because then you end up cutting your ham. Now be careful, these have bones in it, so you're going to hit bone.
Where am I missing?
It's best to start on one side and do it all, then come back so you don't forget where you were.
Okay, I think I got most of it. Because that's all bone right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to put it on the smoker for, let's see, what's the next step? What's the next instruction say?
All right, we've got it all cut. It says to place the prepared ham on the smoker, flat side down on the middle rack of the smoker. Line a large chafing pan or baking sheet with tin foil and place it on the bottom rack.
We're going to use that.
Well, we don't have multiple racks. We have one rack, so that's why we're using this.
Well, that's also for those vertical smokers. You know, sometimes Pitball has a vertical smoker. Your propane smokers all have vertical smokers. We just have an 850 that smokes.
And it says to smoke the ham at 225 until it reaches an internal temperature of 130 degrees Fahrenheit, about 4 hours. And while it's smoking, spritz the ham every hour or so with pineapple juice.
All right, we'll be right back when we have it set in the smoker with the probe in it. Be right back. This is the ham on the smoker. Move it over a little. So I'm gonna cook something else with it. This one. Oops, sorry. There we go. That's what it looks like. We'll check it in an hour and spritz it. All right. See you then. Now we're going to make the marinade and the pineapple juice. So we use pineapple, dull pineapple chunks. We put it in our little blender, and we probably had enough juice, but we want to make sure we had enough juice, and we're going to take some of those chunks that we chop up and mix it with our marinade, orange marinade, and we're going to mix it all up and use that for our base. So go ahead and blend that up. This thing flips over. Kind of weird. I don't know where she got it. Back, we fixed it. In the right spot. Okay. Smoothie, don't it?
That's a smoothie.
What is this machine called?
It's like a magic bullet. But
Magic Bullet.
Magic Bullet is a brand.
Yeah.
That's similar to.
We're cheap. We bought the cheap kind. We can't afford Magic Bullet.
I think it's good. About stuck my finger in it.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
Now how am I going to spread that?
Well, you'll,
I'm just going to base it.
yeah, use a brush and baste it on there.
Should have took the pineapple juice out and shot it.
Well, I could take some of this out and water it down.
No, we're just going to base it.
Okay. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
All
But
right.
I don't want to put the orange,
Marinade till we're done.
the orange
ready.
marmalade on it until it's been smoking, because this will burn
Yeah,
if you put it on too soon.
yeah. We have to wait till an hour before it's done. 30
So-
minutes before it's done.
We'll keep this and
In the fridge.
in the fridge, and then as long as you don't use all of it, I'll use some of it in with the marmalade to make the glaze for it.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be back when we do that. We'll be back. We basted it with the pineapple thing. rotated it around. Sitting at 210, so I think I'll keep it there. We'll see how it does. May kick it up a little, I don't know. Seems to be doing pretty good. The probe says it's at 78 degrees inside. I'm gonna kick it up to 250. No, we'll leave it at 225. It's at 215, 220, so it's doing pretty good. We'll check in an hour and see how it does.
Okay, so now I'm going to make the glaze for the ham that we're smoking. It calls for a 1/4 cup of pineapple juice. This is the pineapple that I pureed earlier so that we could use it as a glaze. We used about half of it, so I'm going to use the other half, and then I'm going to use about half of this jar of orange marmalade. And I'm just going to put this in here, and then I'm going to puree it. Oops. Sorry about this. This is hard to do one-handed. But let me get this all in here. The directions say it needs to be kind of a thin consistency. So that's why I think I'm only going to use half this jar, because I want to make sure that it doesn't get too thick. So we're going to try that. I'm going to put this on. Okay, sorry about that. Get this put on here. Let me get it locked in place. There we go. Oops. Right, hang on just a second. Okay, so this has a pretty thin consistency to it. So we'll be able to brush this on the ham and let it continue to cook. All right, so I'm gonna take this outside so we can put it on the ham. Okay, everybody, this is after about 4 hours of smoking. Now I'm gonna take this orange pineapple glaze that I just made up. I'm gonna douse this sucker in it. Looks delicious. Let me tell you, I tasted some of this, took a little sample taste of this orange pineapple glaze, and oh, it tastes so good. Let's see if I can get that turned around here. Side. Oops. I guess I should pay attention to my camera, huh? My husband tells me I'm a bad camera operator because I don't look through the camera to what I'm doing. All right. That looks good like that. Let that continue to cook for another 30 minutes.
I have glazed it one more time. I pour some on there and just spread it all the way around. It's at temperature of 134. We're gonna let it cook some more and see how it does. We pulled it off the grill. As you can see, it has opened up like it said it would. And we're going to tint it or wrap it, what I call it. And we're just gonna wrap it in aluminum foil and let it rest for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we'll cut it open and let you see how it looks. All right, we'll be back. Alrighty, we let it rest for a while and we're about to cut it up. We're gonna show you a small piece right here and show you what it looks like. It's super good and super juicy. The only thing I find is the skin's a little tough, but the ham is really juicy and good. I think it's really good. Hope you enjoy it. Like I said, we'll try to link it. I think it turned out super well. It was pretty simple, pretty easy to make, and I think it's something your family will enjoy. And remember, keep on cooking.